welcome back to the channel. My name is Jake.
And I'm Chris.
And today we are back in the wood yard, as promised. I just brought down, as you saw, 2 ash logs, took them out of the pile, and I think today we're going to change things up a little bit. We're going to compare the Mingo Marker, which uses paint, as you know, with the Accu-Mark, which is a magnetic stick, both of which are adjustable to different lengths of firewood depending on what everybody cuts. But the other thing we're going to change up is yesterday, or what was it, 2 days ago when we were splitting, we both kind of felt like we weren't in a good rhythm, right?
Right.
So I thought, why don't we try doing a bunch of cutting and then a bunch of splitting in 2 separate stages. That way we can just get a bunch of rounds cut up and then split all the rounds that we cut up. That way, you know, you're not going from the tractor to the chainsaw to the log splitter to the IBC tote, and I'm not just standing there playing with my levers, you know? I think that might make it a little bit more efficient. That way we can both be cutting, and then I can be splitting, and you could just be kind of stacking and getting the next round ready.
Right.
What do you think?
Sounds good to me.
All right, let's try it. We're gonna go get some more logs with the tractor. We'll line them all up, and then we'll do a little comparison.
All right.
Now, this one's a little confusing because Chris didn't quite know how to use the Mingo Marker, but after I showed him quick, as you can see, the marks are all very accurate with that Accu-Mark Pro, or whatever that's called. Accu-Mark?
Yeah, Accu-Mark.
Accu-Mark. All right. So now why don't you try the Mingo Marker? And I just marked out this ash log here. So the key to this thing is that it has all these different holes here, and there's different size wheels for the different size cuts that you want to make. I believe here, flip it over, and it says, yeah, see 14, 16, 18, 20, and 24 all go up there. And basically, why don't you put it on the log here and show them. So you have to start the wheel backwards, basically, so that little nub, this nub, oh, there it is, there, hits this little ticker thing, and this thing makes the paint spray. So you have to start it, and it's really quick once you know how to do it, but see how the wheel's dragging? Then you essentially line up the nozzle with the paint tip, or on the paint can with the end of your log, and now you're ready to go. So go ahead. And there you go. The last one is right on the other side of this knot here. And now for this little one here, Chris will show it to you in full speed. It's pretty fast. You just drag it back. And there you go. Your whole log is marked, and you know, you're off to the races. It's kind of nice, I think, because it doesn't have to be loud. The saw doesn't have to be on. And it's pretty visible. I guess some downfalls could be if your logs are really dirty, or if you do it ahead of time, the marks could potentially wash off, or the bark could fall off. But yeah, we use the Mingo Marker for this one. We will use the Accu-Mark for the next couple logs that we cut up.
Jake is going to try his hand with the Accu-Mark.
Yeah, all right,
See
guys.
how it
We
goes.
did the Mingo marker for the first 4 logs. Now for these 3, I got the Accu-Mark on. We're gonna give it a shot. Alright guys, so one major thing that I just noticed in using this is that look at the position of this washer here. It's great that it has this big washer because it helps take up the space of the bar here, so that in theory it can go down from one cut into your last one. However, it spins. So as you're going, if you're not hitting it perfectly like down, or you're moving the saw a little bit, which let's face it, who cuts exactly like this thing is spinning around, and before you know it, it's upside down, so it's almost obsolete. Secondly, this thing just takes way longer. I think you can see how long it just took me to do that versus running the Mingo marker down. Actually, here, let's do a little quick comparison. So here we got the Mingo marker. Oh, let me start from the same end of the log. Got the Mingo marker. Boom. Done. Done. And done. So I just did the 3 logs in probably, I don't know, a third of the time that it would have taken with this Accu-Mark. I'm probably screaming because I have my headphones on here and listening to music at the same time. So, yeah, I mean, this thing is great, I guess. If you have like obscure, shorter rounds, might not be totally necessary to use the Mingo marker. The Mingo marker is kind of suited for better log length stuff. These logs are probably 8 to 10 feet in length, and sometimes we take as big as like 14. But if you have smaller pieces that are like, obscure tree wood, or 36, 48-inch pieces, it might be fast to just throw it in your pocket and use this Accu-Mark. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a great tool, really strong magnet, fiberglass post. It is totally adjustable. Well, I tightened it, but if you had a wrench, you could untighten it and it slides in and out of telescopes. But for our application here today with these longer logs, the Mingo marker is just way faster, and quite honestly, I think it's just a little bit easier. Still in there? wrap, guys. Chris, we did the full cord.
Yeah, we did. Nice job.
Nice job. Thanks for the help. We even had Sarah grace us with her presence,
Oh, yeah.
helping stack. She even mouthed to me while she was stacking. She was like, I could do this. This is fun. So, guys, there's hope yet to get my own girl out here helping us with the wood. But we got Lou and our ever reliable, the first woodyard girl, Sammy, the main girl, out here. But yeah, we got 3 full totes done and then a couple pieces in this tote back here. I still need to cut all the rest of these totes. Kindling catcher, I'd say, is a huge success. What do you think?
So far, so good. We got to see how it works coming out from underneath it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to drill those holes. Tomorrow's supposed to be a gorgeous day, so I'll probably drill those holes, tie a couple rope handles in there, and then I think I should be able to just slide the pallet forks, you know, right underneath and pick it up, get it out.
So too.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see how much play there is with it, not having the whole rest of the
Right, like the superstructure around it, yeah. But all in all, it's doing well. It's catching, you know, the majority of the stuff here. Of course, we got sawdust and little pieces everywhere. That's to be expected. So all in all, very successful afternoon here. This is some beautiful ash. We got them all packed in there, nice and tight down in the middle, and this stuff can get seasoning. All right, guys, so here we are, end of the splitting session. Brings us back to the main topic of the video. Mingo Marker versus Accu-Mark. Well, it's not really versus. We were just testing the two out, seeing which one we liked.
Yeah.
What are your overall thoughts of the two?
I think there's different situations in which you should use them. If you're the kind of guy that has the 19-inch stove and you really want to cram in that 18-inch piece, this might be a little bit more accurate as far as piece sizes go. But if you're like us and you're just trying to pump out production, trying to get those logs cut, get them to the splitter and split, Accu-Mark, or not Accu-Mark, the Mingo Marker is the way to go. Is that you just run right down the log, you have somebody right behind you with the saw already getting going. You don't have to stop, take this off, find a spot for it. You know, there's good things and bad things about each of them, but I think in our situation, the Mingo Marker has kind of won it here.
Yeah, I also think you raised a good point. Like, if you're trying to shove in the biggest piece of wood, this thing is arguably more accurate. However, to be accurate with it, it takes more time. Like I said, this thing kind of maneuvers around. You got to make sure that if you're cutting bigger than 16, that it's not, you know, moving in and out, because this thing is telescoping. Whereas the Mingo Marker, it's giving you a fairly large size dot compared to the Accu-Mark, and then you have to kind of pick where you're going to cut on that dot. And I generally pick, I think, as most people do, the middle. I have found that with the Mingo Marker, if you keep this paint nozzle clean and clear and clean it out after every time you use it, it does make a more accurate marking on the log, as well as if, you know, say my arm is the log, if you're holding it like this at an angle, it's not going to be as accurate as if you're holding it perfectly, you know, parallel, horizontal to the log, because both the paint nozzle is closer to the log, so it doesn't have to spray out as far. And, you know, it's not shooting down at an angle, it's shooting straight down. So all in all, I do have to agree with you. I think the Mingo Marker is better for our scenario because we have the longer logs, but both are great tools. I do have links to both of these in the video description down below. If you so choose to want to pick one up, let me know in the comments if you do and which one you chose. But as you can probably tell, it's getting dark here, so we got to head in, and Louie wants to eat dinner. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button down below. Give us a big thumbs up. Merchandise, Dude Ranch DIY, t-shirts, link is in the description. I'm Jake.
I'm Chris.
This is Dude Ranch DIY. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you here next time.